What's up, AfterBuzzers? We're talking Bengals and Giants still going on, but it's an exciting one. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Mike, you got to keep me updated, man. I'm a Giants fan. It's a 1-point game. It's like 2 minutes left, so
I got you.
It's painful for you
Kinda
right now, right?
it's a big game. It's a huge game.
Dude,
A lot of implications.
This is commitment.
This is
He's
commitment.
committed. He's here with you guys, not watching the end of this game.
I care about you guys. I care
That's
about
2 weeks
you.
in a row. Monday Night Football has been great.
Yeah, it has been, and unfortunately, it's my team, so I can't follow it. But it's okay. I like.
Is
being here with
great a
you guys.
good word? Great or good?
Great.
Great.
We'll use great.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, it is great to be here. Guys, welcome to the Monday Night Football After Show on AfterBuzz TV. I am Josh Rodriguez. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh_Rodriguez_. Jill.
I'm Jill Munroe. You can find me at Stiletto Jill everywhere.
And I am Michael Rippe, and you can find me everywhere at Mike Rips or at my desk at home looking at her blog.
Jock's and Stiletto Jill, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
It's a nice plug, man.
I know.
He's a good
I'm going
panel.
to start
He
getting it. I
is,
need royalties.
I know, right?
All right, guys. Well, I mean, it's a close game right now, so it's kind of weird to talk about, like, who looked good, who didn't, because...
Well, certain people definitely look good, like Odell Beckham,
Yeah,
Always.
in the first half, at least. I mean, he really hasn't done much in the second half, but yeah.
Sterling Shepard,
Sterling Shepard, that was a huge play on fourth down.
Landon Collins.
Landon
Collins, Pro Bowler. 4 interceptions in 3 weeks. Let's go. It's nice. I'm actually very excited to see the defense actually playing pretty well, because we didn't have that last year. I hate saying we. I'm not on the Giants. That's like a pet
You're a
peeve of
fan.
mine.
I'll give it to you.
I'm a fan, but I don't like when people use the word we.
Because
It
you're not
bothers-
out there taking
I'm not
snaps.
A Giant. I'm not. I'm a fan of them, but I'm not on the team. Okay. And those 53 guys could care less about me. So for me to say we and associate myself with them is kind of like...
They care about their fans.
to a certain extent.
Yeah.
To a certain
To a
extent.
certain extent, but that certain extent they care about.
All right. That's true. That's true. So what do you guys think so far? I mean, it's kind of a interesting game. It got off to a very quick start and then slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you guys taking away from this game so far?
I'm wondering what's going on in like the fourth quarter. The second half, it started off really quickly with the Bengals coming back and scoring, and now it's just kind of like, who wants to win?
Well, it looks like the Giants want to win, and they went for it on a big fourth down, which is giving
That
them
was
the
good.
lead and maybe continued their season.
Oh, I thought you meant just right now. You scared me.
No, but, down 2014, it was a big call by Ben McAdoo, and
Yeah.
you wanted them to go for it. I said at the time I thought they should take the
my gut-
field goal, but
Fourth and
that
goal.
play is going to be a key to their entire season if they sneak this one out, because the difference between winning and losing this game is huge for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, my thought process was you're down at the 2. I know it's a 6-point game. You kick the field goal, you make it a 3-point game, and you can come back and get the 3 points later. But I don't know. I feel like if you're that close, it's not the right call. I'll concede that point.
It might be the right call.
I think
they
it
got
was the right call.
Yeah.
You
think so?
After the fact,
They were
it's
at
definitely
home.
the right call.
The crowd were with. I mean, they were so close on the other downs. You know, it's just like slight adjustment, which I feel like they made.
Yeah,
so.
it wasn't like the Bengals were really stopping them. They were kind of methodically marching down the field. So I was like, why not just go for it? It's 2 yards. You can get 2 yards.
Yeah.
And they got 2 yards.
They
and
got 2
the
yards.
lead.
Touchdown. Do you have any updates for me?
We're at the 2-minute warning.
2-minute
Giants driving. It looks like the Giants are going to win the game.
They got a first down?
They did. So we'll see. I'll let you know when it's final. But it's going to be a big victory for the Giants for
Huge.
sure. And
Huge.
it's just as bad of a loss for Cincinnati, who is seeing their small chances of making the playoffs really
They
go
weren't
out
going
the
to
window after
realistically
today.
make the playoffs.
They could.
The Bengals have been in the playoffs, I think it's 6, 7
Something like
straight
that.
years. One of the longest
5 or
tenured
6.
streaks in football, even though they don't win when they get there. This has been a massively disappointing season for all Bengals fans, and you have to think that Marvin Lewis may be on the hot seat.
But you think that every year with Marvin Lewis, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well,
That's what
he's made the playoffs every year.
I know,
and
but
he lost in the
they
playoffs.
never really
To not make
progress.
the playoffs this year is a complete step back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's not even holding the line. It's now a complete step back, and they've lost. They just don't look good, and they came into the season as big favorites to be not just a playoff team, but a playoff contender for real.
AFC North overall has been a little sad.
Well, what do you got? You're looking at the standings right now?
Yeah, I was just looking at the standings. So Baltimore's on top, 5-4. You know, then it's Pittsburgh. We see they're obviously on a downward trend right now. Then Cincinnati. So.
Cincinnati's record will be what after tonight's loss?
3-5.
And 1. 3-5 and 1.
Oh, I
That's
forgot about the tie.
It's a tough
It's a
one to
lot of
overcome.
ties this
Yeah, I don't know if
season.
that's... I wouldn't say that
tough one.
they're
No,
done, but
I think they're done.
You think they're done?
I think they're done if they lose tonight.
Yeah, we're going to talk about thinking people are done and how right I've been so far later. We're going to
Okay.
talk about that.
Later. Let's
Yeah,
go.
later.
Cool. So big storylines to take away from this game. I really don't know if I can think of any except, I think the Giants defense really showed up today.
I think the big storylines is the Giants get on track.
Yeah.
And the Bengals continue to be off track.
Yeah,
And it's
I
as simple
really
as
wouldn't
that.
say that the Giants got on track. The offense is like, the Giants don't have a running game. They really need to find a running game, especially with situations like this where they're trying to run out the clock. You can't be getting
I
1 or
think-
2 yards, putting yourself in long distance situations on 2nd and 3rd down. So that kind of worries me as a Giants fan. But I don't know. I feel like the defense won in this game.
I think it's a joint effort. I'm actually impressed by the Giants
Okay.
tonight because even though the Bengals are not having a playoff caliber season, they still have talented players and can win any game. And so holding serve at home for the Giants is a big deal. And
Could have been a trap game for him.
it's a good victory for the Giants.
Okay. Is it official yet?
And, it will be seen. Also, furthermore, I think that you're starting to see that they've got the kind of outside noise out with Odell and the net earlier in the season and kind of all those things have been put into the past, which is good for Giants and the Giants fans. And so I think that the Giants have a nice future ahead for the rest of the season. I mean, they're kind of just humming along now. They're going to be 6-3.
Yeah.
And they're in the thick of it. And they do have the one victory over the Dallas Cowboys this season, which is something to be proud of. And so you got to look to the Giants and say you never know what the future is because we've seen when they get into the playoffs, anything is possible.
That's true. And also, the Vikings aren't looking too good.
Oh,
The Packers aren't looking too good.
Those are the things I wanted to talk about.
So go ahead.
Talk
about it.
we said,
Yeah.
I said that the Viking season was kind of done a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Talked about the Packers and that we didn't think that they were going to get it back on track this season. Might be a locker room issue, might need to change a voice in there. And that the Panthers we're pretty much done for the
Hold
season.
the line right there. I'm like the Panthers defender still.
Still?
And
Okay.
let's start from the top there, right?
You still like the Panthers?
Well, let's start at the top. First, we said the Vikings. You said the Vikings are
They got
done, and
exposed.
the Vikings ship is now taking on massive amounts of water, and they're struggling. The one thing you'd have to say for all those teams, both the Vikings and the Vikings and the Packers, is that division is up for grabs because
Now it is, yeah. Lions are in
basically,
first.
The Lions are in first because they didn't play this week. So
Your bye week
realistically,
gives you
it's,
first.
it's really a coin toss who's going to win there. But the Packers are clearly in trouble. The Vikings are in trouble. I agree. I think the Vikings are done. There's just too much turmoil there, and they've lost too many players. And losing North Turner, they're done. The Packers, it's hard to count out Aaron Rodgers ever, but they don't look like the same team. And then moving to the Panthers. The Panthers blew it this weekend. I've been preaching that the Panthers were right there, and if they don't blow this weekend against Kansas City, they're one game out. And so I would like to just tell you that there have been 4 teams that have rallied from 3-6 to make the playoffs since 1990, and the Panthers now are 3-6. Now, looking at their schedule, it is a difficult schedule, but I'm not going to put the nail in the coffin on them yet. They're only 2.5 games back of Atlanta. They still play Atlanta once. I don't trust Atlanta to keep it going. I could see, and furthermore, the wild cards in the NFC could potentially be 8, 9, 7. Could get you in. So while it's a long shot, I'm not going to put the nail in the coffin on the
Cam
Panthers yet.
dabbed. He put the nail in the coffin. He shouldn't have dabbed yesterday.
He blew,
It's old.
So
it's
last year,
done.
really,
So last
year.
it's really a
That's
bad
it.
loss for the Carolina this weekend
Really
because they
bad.
were right there to
Yeah.
be right there back in contention, one game back, and to lose that game at home. And admittedly, I've been big on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are a really good team.
I was going to say,
But
we've been talking about the Chiefs a lot here. You guys
Carolina's-
have been really...
Carolina's got to close that game out. That was a terrible loss. So I'm still going to stick with the Panthers and not nail in the coffin them yet, but we'll see.
All right, speaking of nail in the coffin.
The game is over.
I
game
need
is
it,
over.
I need it to say
21-20, New York Giants.
Is it over?
Victorious.
Like, is it
Yes.
really over?
It's over.
Like zeros on the clock?
It's like as over as this program is going to be in like 15 minutes.
It's a wrap.
All right, so let's talk. Give me some stats. Do you have some stats on there? Or no? Can someone bring up stats?
Yeah, we got stats. All right, here's the stats. For the Giants, 229 passing yards, 120 rushing yards, 2 turnovers. Again, one thing the Giants have been lucky on is to get out to 6-3 record. They were -7 in turnover
Yes.
differential coming into this game, which is a terrible stat. And now they're going to be -8 on the season. That's a bad indicator for the future. They got to hold on to the ball better. But on the flip side, in this game, Cincinnati only had 186 yards passing and 78 yards rushing. So
That's it.
yeah, that's
And
it.
a big chunk of that came on one play with Tyler Eifert.
That's right. And
beginning.
really what did in the Bengals is that they couldn't get any third down conversions. I think they were like 1 for 11, 1 for 10, and you can't win games when you're going to go 1 for 10, 1 for 11 on the road,
Right.
on third down.
Right.
And that it comes down to that fourth down play. If they stop them, maybe they win. They don't, they lose. Yeah, that's football.
That is football.
Good teams
That's
get
right.
it done. The Giants got it done tonight. Congratulations.
So you're calling the Giants a good team?
Yeah, decent. I mean, I think that there's a clear division. I think there's a clear top of the league, and those are good teams. Where you look at in the NFC, you got to say Dallas and Seattle. Those are good teams.
Yeah.
I don't know that the Giants are a good team like that, but I think that the Giants, they've shown they're 6-3. They've won. They've got good players, great players, and so they're a good team.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too critical because I'm a fan of theirs, but I just feel like they have yet to put like a real complete game together.
I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. They haven't.
Like even today, I mean, Eli was okay.
Well, I think that's the Giants in general, though.
They've lucked up
Yeah.
into some wins.
The Giants, they're gonna do that all season. I think that's the MO for the Giants in the Eli Manning era. Even when they won the championships,
Yeah.
it's not like they were barn burning the league, storming the league, and just undefeated. It's like they sneak in, they get hot at the right time, and they win. And I think they're similar this year. They have a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, but they have talented players that get it done.
Fantasy Stats Guru's in the chat room.
What
he
up?
is agreeing with, I think, Mike, you just made that point that Eli has always struggled with turnovers.
I mean,
Always.
yeah, he struggles. That's his game. He's high risk, high reward.
Yeah. Well, with McAdoo's system, it's more short passes. You know, they're not really taking as many shots downfield as they did with Gilbert.
Eli took the shot downfield this game and threw an
I mean,
interception.
they actually have started the past couple of games, but like it's more 3-step drops.
And at the same time, Eli took the risky play on fourth down and got a touchdown. So it's the risk reward. It's the Giants' MO. Yeah. And if their defense can, one thing that you have to say for the Giants is that as the season gets longer and we're into November and December, the weather's going to get colder, and the Giants, they're going to need a running game, but their defense should improve and should help. They've got a good defensive line, and that should come into play as the games get colder and it's harder to pass the ball. And Landon Collins has been a huge,
Pro bowler.
huge guy in that secondary. He's been their defense.
Yeah.
And Janoris
The
Jenkins.
line really stepped up
Janoris
today
is-
too. They
yeah.
got 2 sacks in the final drive.
The thing that worries me the most about the Giants out of everything is just the coach. I'm not sure about Ben McAdoo in general, but again, as this entire league is, I'm not sure about a lot of the coaches in the league. So
Yeah.
Shaky. Janoris kind of miss him on the Rams. Seems like he could have helped.
a lot of, you could say that about a lot of things on the Rams.
Yeah.
Now I want to switch my attention to the Bengals. What do you guys think of Andy Dalton? I mean, is he the type of person that you think can be a franchise quarterback? Because today he really didn't show me much. He didn't do much to hurt them, but he really didn't step up and make a big play when they needed it. So I'm wondering, after this year is over, they're not going to make the playoffs. I mean, I think we pretty much decided that. Where do you go as a franchise? I'm not sure how many years he has left on his contract. I'm not really sure,
I feel like Dalton is serviceable. He, if you're rolling and you have good pieces around him,
Yeah.
then he can get you through it. He may not be save the day type QB, but he's going to keep you in there. He's going to monitor the offense so that it keeps humming along. But
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, here's what it comes down to. When you look around the NFL, there's not that many good quarterbacks. Andy Dalton, compared to what you can get from free agency or quarterbacks out there, he's a better quarterback than most. He's not an elite quarterback by any stretch. I don't think he can win you a championship, but he's a good quarterback compared to what there is.
Okay, because
I mean, we can play a name game and talk about quarterbacks he's better than. I mean, he's much better than Case Keenum.
Yeah.
And he's a
Cutler.
starting quarterback. Jay Cutler. There's a guy on maybe you can get in the free agency. You probably want Andy Dalton better than him, but is Andy Dalton as good as Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady? You name it. No, not even close. But that's the dilemma that you face in the NFL.
yeah, and
And
that's
what about like Tyrod with the Bills?
I like Tyrod. I mean, I don't think he's there yet, but I do like his skill set and
But there you go. They're probably
So
similar type
yeah,
of
so I'm
guys.
saying, do you?
Yeah.
I mean,
think they're-
Tyrod and Andy Dalton maybe both similar. I'd probably rather have Tyrod, to be honest.
I agree.
Just because I don't necessarily know exactly what Tyrod Taylor's upside is. I think I know what Andy Dalton's is, and we've seen.
I think
it
we've
already.
seen it.
Yeah,
We've already
He's
seen it.
maybe honestly, I think Andy Dalton maybe is in Alex Smith light. Not as good as Alex Smith, but maybe in that mold. Alex Smith is a good quarterback. Anyways,
Boy,
everyone
I
hates
think
him.
Alex Smith's way better than Andy Dalton.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton light is Alex Smith light.
Okay.
You know what I mean? In that mold, he's been a game manager for a while, makes a play here or there with AJ Green, but not going to win you the big games.
Got you. Jill, you were saying?
Nah.
No?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Because I'm wondering if this is the end of an era for the Bengals.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Marvin Lewis.
Because the Cincinnati has been, they don't change. That ownership, they don't change. Paul Brown, he's
But-
committed to the team regardless. And I think while I would change if I was in charge, First, you can't change the quarterback because they've been good. He's done well. You don't want to just replace him one bad season. So
Right.
Andy Dalton's come back no matter what. And I think for continuation's sake, Marvin Lewis will come back.
But don't you think it's time to sort of change their focus? Don't you think they have to, because it's a defensive league now, and with their division, if they shore up their defensive line, it can help them out. Maybe get them a couple of more wins. Maybe they can get.
Yeah, you would like to see that, but they let Mike Zimmer go, and he's now the coach in Minnesota. He was their defensive guy. They let defensive guys go all the time, so I just don't think that that's in their MO. I don't think that's the wrong move to make. I would like to see it myself, too. I'm in agreement with you. I just don't think they will from a ownership standpoint. I think they'll give Marvin Lewis one more year.
What we got in the chat, Jill? I can't see.
Bengals had 9 for 60 yards.
Giants had 2 penalties for 15 yards. So they were
The
more disciplined team.
more disciplined tonight, which is nice.
All right, well, let's put a bow on it. Giants win what?
21-20.
21-20. Let's go around the league a little bit.
Sounds closer than kind of what it was.
Yeah.
Well, it was close, but
Yeah, it was. The second half was awkward.
it's weird.
Because the Bengals looked like they were about to run away with it a little
Dominate
bit. Scored the
and-
first 10 points of the second half. Giants made a couple mistakes, and you're thinking, oh God, here we go.
4th and goal, momentum
Yeah,
changer.
yeah. That 4th and goal play. I mean,
That's the game.
yeah, that is the game. That is this game right there. Let's go around the league, guys. I don't have a connection right here, so I'm going to rely on one of you guys to run down the list of games that were what do we got? Week 11?
This is week 10.
Week 10?
Week 10.
Sure,
Let's do it.
Can-
Week 10 roundup.
Yeah, our 2 favorite games yesterday, mine personally, Cowboys and
Great
Steelers,
game.
a
and
great game.
then Seahawks and Patriots. Which one are we talking about first?
Let's talk Cowboys.
Sure.
Let's keep it in the division of the Giants.
So, we discussed who should be possibly Rookie of the Year between Dak and
The quarterback.
Zeke.
Dak, the quarterback.
But now there's talk, could Zeke be in the MVP running?
He could be. He is.
I mean, I know, but Josh was strongly opposed to that.
Dak, man.
Dak's having a good
quarterback.
season, but it's all about Ezekiel Elliott.
See, but don't get me wrong. The combination of Zeke's ability and that line is it's unbelievable.
So you think it's because of the line why Zeke is doing so well?
No,
Okay.
I do think it's a lot of Zeke too, because Zeke's unbelievable. It's a mixture of both.
Yeah, the line is great.
But without Dak Prescott,
How about this? I'm going to flip
Steady.
it though. I think Dak is having a lot of success because of Ezekiel
I do agree.
Elliott.
I do agree with that. But
They have to worry about Ezekiel running, so that opens up everything for Dak. On the play action, which Dak is super successful with, that play action is attributed to Ezekiel Elliott.
yeah, but I also it is. But
he
Dak
also
is,
has a guy named Des Bryant who's kind of good.
but Des has been missing.
He's been missing
a lot of
significant
games,
time.
and he
Okay, but
had
got
developed
back.
good chemistry with Cole Beasley.
And look, Dak has been great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But what they did early in the season, especially without Des Bryant, is the Cowboys limited the game plan, had him as a game manager more, and not having to win the games. And now he's actually winning the games alongside the
Right.
rest of the team. So they've opened it up as he's grown. They didn't throw it all at him at once. And so now Des is back now. Like we saw, Des was huge last night.
Yeah.
And that came the day after his father passed away.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
My thing with Dak though is I don't know if you put it on last year they had Brandon Whedon. I'm not. I know I'm not naming big name quarterbacks, but I mean, you can throw in. Let's just say Andy Dalton. You think Andy Dalton? They're 8-1 right now.
100%. Maybe not
Wow,
8-1.
really?
I'd say they're probably 6-3, 7-2.
That's what I'm saying. But Dak makes that difference.
So Dak is great. And
but
guess what? If they put in Tony Romo, I think they're 9-0.
I disagree.
Okay.
And I
But
think
they
if you put Alfred Morris in Zeke's spot,
No.
they're still 8-1.
No.
Oh, 7-2.
No.
I'll give you one.
It's
I'll
not
give you
even-
one.
It's not even. It's
I'll
not
give you one.
close. This is a fair discussion. Everyone has it. Look,
Yeah.
any, in my opinion, any running back would be successful in that behind that
Exactly.
offensive
And
line.
Alfred
But-
Morris is not a scrub.
No, he's not at all. He's a good running back. But
Yeah.
I think that Ezekiel Elliott he's a top tier talent.
No, he is.
And there's a difference between a good running back and your pedestrian running back and Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott takes the ball and runs 80 yards no matter where he is, and he's a game changer.
Yeah.
Big time. I mean, he's been unbelievable this season, and I think that is helping everything. And that helps Dak, and Dak has been great, and we'll have to see. Let's see how it goes
Okay.
as we keep continuing.
All right, cool.
I mean, we'll
It's a
see
good
if
problem to have, though. They got
Dak
Tony Romo on the bench.
even continues to be on the field because Jerry Jones still is like, well, we gotta wait and see.
Last thing on the Cowboys, the one thing I can almost guarantee that we're going to see Tony Romo this season. I'm not
I don't
saying,
think so.
I'm not saying it because of any specific reason. I'm telling you, Tony Romo is getting in the game at least one, and
You know,
We'll see.
he flew with Jerry Jones to go watch Jerry's
course.
grandson's high school football game or
God.
something over the
Look,
weekend.
Dak has been great. You don't want to mess everything up. Fair. Tony Romo's a great quarterback.
No, he is. I think he's
And
very
we'll see.
underappreciated.
We'll see.
But even he was on the sideline. It looked like after one play, he was like, "It's his time" or something. It looked like that's what
He's
Tony
being
was.
he's being a
mouthing,
team
so.
player, and we'll see. They're going to need both of them the rest of the year. Something's going to happen to
That
figure it out.
conversation on Jerry's private jet said, "But you know I'm coming back, right?" That's what that conversation was.
All right, so let's move on to Seahawks Patriots. Great game, and the Seahawks have been putting up points all of a sudden, out of nowhere. They were really not doing anything offensively up until last week against the Bills.
So it suffice to say that Russell Wilson is back from his injury.
Yeah,
whatever that
I
little dip,
guess,
he
apparently.
seems to have
he's
gotten
getting
back
healthier.
together. Yeah.
Look good.
Really good. So I mean, everyone's putting them in the level of Super Bowl contenders. Is that
Seattle?
They're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. They were
I
already
mean,
there,
I didn't think so 2 weeks
did.
ago. You did?
I wasn't sure. You thought that they would get it back.
because the Seattle always turns it on later in the season. They just started the season even better than they have in the past. I figured Russell. I said I think last week or 2 weeks ago that they would maybe sit Russell to get him healthy or whatever. Maybe he's healthier now than he was, but there's a long time that the rest of the season they're still playing without players. They went into New England. They won without Bennett. They won without. I think there was another guy they're missing. I can't think of him off the top of my head, but they were down a couple players, and that's a great organization. That's a great team. Like I said, Dallas and Seattle is in the conference championship in the NFC. That's my opinion.
Okay. And then how many times are you going to stop Tom Brady first and goal from the 1
It's impressive.
to tie the game?
Nice. I mean, are you guys still of the mindset that Tom Brady is firmly ensconced in MVP contention?
Yeah, he's still
100%.
there. I mean, I don't think he should win it, to be
mean-
honest with you, but he's a candidate.
He's 100% candidate. We'll see.
I'd put Derek Carr over him.
Derek Carr. He's been great so far.
Derek
Can't
Carr is
complain. I mean,
nice.
Matt Ryan's going to be in contention.
Matthew Stafford,
guys.
dark horse.
Matthew Stafford, sure.
That's my dark horse right there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What other games we got?
Well, we got a whole set of games.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about? You want to talk about the Falcons losing to the Eagles?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That was pretty interesting.
The Eagles are down the whole secondary, and they hold Matt Ryan to 1 touchdown pass.
I mean, the Falcons usually have a late season collapse. What did
I
we
know.
talk about?
I know.
I do not believe in the Falcons because this is usually around the time when the wheels start to come off, they start falling apart. Maybe they'll put it back together for the playoffs, but they're not a team to me that you can believe in. One good thing for them this season is that Julio stayed healthy,
Yeah.
which is something that doesn't ordinarily happen for them, but
Still got 7 weeks left.
I still like the Falcons to win that division. I mean, no one's going to step up and win that division and take it from them.
They were very much helped by this weekend and another game, Denver and New Orleans. New Orleans had their
What a way to lose.
season on the brink right there. I mean, they should have won that game over Denver, and that was a big game for the playoff picture for both teams as well.
Yeah.
So New Orleans, they were right there. They were going to be 1 game back of Atlanta. Instead, now they're 2 games back, and so I think that division's still up for grabs.
Was he out of bounds?
I think he was.
Me too.
do you think Denver's finally pulling it together?
No.
I
you
think
think
they're,
Denver's pulling it
they're a
together?
solid. I think they're a solid playoff
Yeah.
team. I don't see them winning more than. I think they might win their first divisional round game, but I don't see them.
You think they'll be home early?
I'm not sure they're making the playoffs.
Really? You got the Chiefs and the Raiders in that division.
Chiefs are winning that division.
But who's going to take the other wild card spot? No one.
Well, the Raiders. I think the Raiders are going to get a wild card spot for
You
sure.
think the Chiefs are going to win the division?
Chiefs win the division. I've been
Raiders
saying
get
this
the
for a
wild
while.
card.
Raiders get the wild card, and maybe the Broncos are. I mean, they are 7-3, but I just don't believe in Trevor Siemian. I think that defense is really good. They got to carry him. That was a huge win yesterday for Denver, though.
Yeah.
You got to watch out for another team.
Who?
The Tennessee Titans?
Well, Tennessee, man, Tennessee. That's my team, but they're.
Oh, you're talking about your
I
Dolphins.
like Tennessee to still potentially get that AFC South title, even though the Texans are 2 games
That
out.
was a beatdown
How
yesterday.
far
Embarrassing.
Has Green Bay fallen?
That you
they
get
Jeez.
rained on. Like, the amount of offense inflicted, and I get it, they have a lot of injuries.
I told
some
you guys,
key
watch out for
people,
Tennessee.
But
You did.
Tennessee's
You've
been
been saying
right,
it all
but
year.
you expected them to break out with like a 40-point game?
Not at Green Bay, but
my
I mean, at this
like,
point,
that
here's the
was
thing:
crazy.
Green Bay is not Green Bay right now. That's a bad
Right.
team. It's a bad coach. Aaron Rodgers doesn't look good, so I'm not that surprised. But I think Tennessee's legit. They found the keys to success. They don't need to use Marcus Mariota to do too much.
Yeah.
They're using DeMarco Murray, who looks awesome again, and so
So
they
he
have
was
a
just
solid
unhappy in
defense.
Philly.
I think it shows. I think it's more of a sign about Chip Kelly. Chip
Okay,
Kelly
wait,
couldn't
wait,
figure
wait,
anything out. He
wait.
couldn't figure out DeMarco Murray. He couldn't figure out Kiko Alonso. These guys were making game-winning
to
plays for
college.
other teams.
DeMarco Murray with Dak, same results.
I think
Yes,
so.
absolutely.
Yes. DeMarco
Absolutely.
Murray is an elite talent.
Yes.
I mean, I know he is. I'm just.
Absolutely.
All right, before we get into predictions, one more game you guys would like to discuss.
All right, last one.
Dolphins?
The Miami Dolphins.
Absolutely.
What are you guys, 5-4 now?
Hold on.
Four-game winning streak.
What?
The Rams won yesterday, though.
Oh, guess what? Both those teams play next weekend in LA.
Yes, they do.
I assume it. Nice, Jimbo.
Don't worry. The Rams will get a couple field goals.
We're gonna win.
13-6 Dolphins.
Beef.
I mean,
No.
Ever since Ajay
next
took
weekend?
over that role.
Dolphins are going to win 24 to 9.
It's
The
gonna be-
Rams can't score a field. They can't score. The Rams. They're the most
At
unexciting team in football.
Yeah.
And that's
And-
I go to the games. I hope that they could be better, but this is embarrassing.
And Jeff Fisher still says that we will not see.
Stop serving the whole town of LA that bullshit. It's embarrassing.
Do you think he gets traded in the offseason? Like, what do you think happens with him this offseason with Goff?
They're just gonna open up with him as a quarterback next year.
First
That's
off,
really what
they should play Goff immediately. They should have played him 3 weeks ago.
We know
he
that's
should be
not-
the quarterback, and they should get rid of Jeff Fisher immediately. And if anything, like I've been saying forever, they should try to trade for Tony Romo in the offseason. I don't understand. If
maybe they will.
Goff can't be the quarterback, go get Tony Romo.
The Jets should get Tony Romo. We'll
Nonetheless, can we talk about the Miami Dolphins?
All right, go ahead.
Let's go.
5-4.
Go ahead.
4
You
wins
have the
in
floor.
a row.
You have the floor.
They beat the San Diego
I
Chargers.
do not think they're for real. I don't think they're for real.
How many
Oh,
wins
yeah,
in a row
but-
do you need to be for real?
A couple more.
6 in a row? All right. Well, they get LA this
listen,
week.
they could
get
make-
LA this week. Then
Yeah.
they get San Francisco. So
They could be 7 and 4.
Count it.
San Francisco,
Count it.
yeah.
All right, when they're
Let's
7-4, we'll revisit
I
the
think
Dolphins.
the Dolphins are going to get in the playoffs.
No, you don't.
Do you?
Is that your heart or your head?
Maybe a little bit of both.
All right, there we
Okay.
go.
No, look at
Okay.
the schedule. They only play one team left that has a winning record at the end of the season, Week 17, home to the Patriots. Patriots probably don't have anything to play for.
They don't have the Bills again?
The Bills are 4-5.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Bills.
they do. They'll beat the Bills,
Jets
though.
turned to petty. They're not.
The Jets are terrible.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are good. Here's what I'll say. Adam Gase is a legit coach.
All right.
I don't know about this season,
And their
but for
defense
the
looks
sean,
like it's improving. That
okay.
I
It
mean,
is.
that's been
Big
Big
good for
interceptions
them.
against
Yeah.
The sign of a good coach and a good organization is when they start winning, not early but late. And they started 1-4. That's an easy time to check out, no matter who you are. For a first-year coach to come in, who is the youngest coach in the league, and to get the team from 1-4 to 5-4.
Yeah.
And change his philosophy and go with the running game and Jay Ajayi. And for the record, Jay Ajayi is like the next Marshawn Lynch. He's a good running back.
Oh, okay.
And
That's a bold
That's a
prediction.
huge
Oh,
statement.
well.
Right.
How many guys have 200-yard running games consecutively? Secondly, he's a beast. Watch him run. He breaks tackles like no other guy I've seen.
All right. Well, there you go.
It's a good team.
I was going to say we do predictions, but let's, we kind of went over our time. So let's outro. And during the outro, give our predictions for next week, which is in Mexico.
Yes.
Raiders and Texans.
That's
two division leaders.
Yeah, it's-
Raiders all day. I'm on board. Win, baby. Just win, baby.
Oh, yeah. What's your name?
Oh, yeah. Jill Munroe, JocksonStilettoJill.com, @StilettoJill, all that good stuff.
I'm Michael Rippe. You can find me on social media at Mike Rips or reading Jill's website. Also, my prediction is that the Oakland Raiders will stomp the Houston Texans.
I'm Josh Rodriguez. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh_Rodriguez_. I have the same exact prediction. I think the Raiders are going to stomp the Texans. I don't think it's going to be close. I think we're going to be in here early and really not discussing much of the game.
Sounds like a plan.
All right,
From
guys.
Mexico City.
We'll be talking about the playoff matchups.
Yes, we will. Thanks for joining us, guys. Leave us 5 stars on YouTube, comment on iTunes, all that good stuff. No, it's a like on YouTube, and it's 5 stars on iTunes. I mixed it up a little bit. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.